ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ
ॐ
नमो
नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
शौनकावाच महीं प्रतिष्ठमध्यस्य सौते स्वायम्भुवा मनु कान्यन्वातिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गया वरजन्मना। शौनकावाच महीं प्रतिष्ठमध्यस्य सौते स्वायम्भुवा मनु कान्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गया वर्जन्मना। शौनकावाच महीं प्रतिष्ठमध्यस्य सौते स्वायम्भुवा मनु कान्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गया वरजन्मना. Please recite.
शौनक उवाच महिं प्रतिष्ठामध्यस्य सौते स्वायम्भुवो मनुः कान्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गाया वरजन्मनाम्।
कृष्ण शौनका उवाच माहिं प्रतिष्ठिताम् अध्ययस्य सौते स्वयंभुवो मनु कानीयन्भातिष्ठतद्वाराणि मार्गो भराजन्मानम्। हरे कृष्ण।
शौनक उवाच महिं प्रतिष्ठाम् अध्यस्य सौते सौते स्वयंभुवो मनु कान्या अन्वितिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गाया वर जन्मनाम्।
हरे कृष्ण। सोनक उवाच महीं प्रतिष्ठाम अद्यस्य सौते स्वयंभुवो मनुः कान्यान्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गयावरजन्मनाम्। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you so much. So we'll do the synonyms. Sonaka, Sonaka. Uvacha said. Mahim, the earth. Pratishtham, situated. Adhyasya, having secured. Sote, O Sutta Goswami. Swayambhuva, Swayambhuva. Yeah, it's not interesting. It's not Swayambhuva, it's Swayambhuva. Yeah, Swayambhuva, Swayambhuva. It's written there. It's not Swayambhuva. Manu, Kani, what? Anvatishtat, performed. Dwarani, ways. Margaya, to get out. Avara, later. Janmanam, of those to be born. Translation. Sri Saunaka inquired, O Sutta Goswami, after the earth was again situated on its orbit, what did Swayambhuva Manu do to show the path of liberation to persons who were to take birth later on? On this regard, I will request all of you to share later. I'll open some room for 10-15 minutes discussion on this earth. The purport. The appearance of the Lord as the firstborn incarnation occurred during the time of Swayambhuva Manu, where the present age is in the period of Vaivasvata Manu. Each Manu's period lasts 72 times the cycle of 4 ages. And one cycle of ages equals 4.3 million solar years. 4.3 million 20,000 solar years. Thus, 4.3 million 20,000 multiplied by 72 solar years is the reign of one Manu. In each Manu's period, there are many changes in many ways. And there are 14 Manus within one day of Brahma. It is understood here that Manu creates scriptural regulations for the salvation of the conditioned souls who come to the material world for material enjoyment. The Lord is so kind that any soul who wants to enjoy in this material world is given full facility for enjoyment. And at the same time, he is shown the path of salvation. Sonakrusi therefore inquired from Sutta Goswami, what did Swayambhuva Manu do after the reinstatement of the earth in its orbital situation? Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvises Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sri Sauraka inquired, O Sutta Goswami, after the earth was again situated on its orbit, what did Swayambhuva Manu do to show the path of liberation to persons who were to take birth later on? Hare Krishna. I would like to take blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas for allowing me to speak, share my realizations. We'll have a group discussion on this actually. I'll be very glad if you can share. We can make a very lively talk. So this is the chapter, conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. And Sonaka Rishi inquired. Sonaka Rishi is the chief of the sages, or in this age of Kali, the sages gathered at Naimisharanya, and they made Sutta Goswami as their chief captain, of spiritual guidance in this age of Kali. They requested if he can enlighten, what human beings are supposed to do in this age of Kali. What is the dharma? What did he learn from his spiritual master, Sukadeva Goswami? So we are hearing Bhagavad Gita as a conversation between Sonaka Rishi and sages headed by Sonaka Rishi with Sutta Goswami. And in that, of course, the wonderful lecture questions has been raised. What are the questions? What did Vidura inquire to Maitreya Muni? What did Vidura inquire to Maitreya Muni? Here that we see. Then we will hear how did the great persons, the great devotees of the Lord, they acted. What did they do? What did they speak? So we know that just we finished the pastimes, wonderful pastime of Varahadev. Sutta Goswami or Sukadeva Goswami actually, while narrating glories of the Lord Varahadev, he combined with two kalpas, activities of the Lord, and two different kalpas. And one is Svetavaraha Kalpa. The current Kalpa is Svetavaraha Kalpa. And combining both, he mentioned about the restoring of the earth. In many situations, the earth goes down, gets buried in the water, drowned in the water actually. So it happens. Prabhupada was also mentioning, if I remember actually, the oil drilling program projects is going on all over the world. You all know, very well acquainted. Throughout the world there's a war for oil, energy. And so many big projects are happening that digging the oil. I heard, if I heard correctly, that if this continues, the earth can lose the balance. It might lose from the orbit. It's not natural to dig the oil from the earth. Long time back, as I remember, I heard from the classes, maybe Srila Prabhupada. So this demoniac activity has continued in the past for so many reasons. Either the earth gets inundated in the water at the end of the day of Brahma, or because of some demonic activities. So here the question is asked, what did Swayambhuva Manu do to show the path of liberation? At the beginning of the day of Brahma, which is called Kalpa. There's so many Kalpas. Day of Brahma is known as Kalpa. And as far as I understand, this is called Svetavaraha Kalpa. And within the day of Brahma, there are 14 Manvantaras comes. So day of Brahma has 1,000 Yuga cycles of the earth. The time duration of the Brahma, one day of Brahma is 1,000 multiplied by one Yuga cycle of the earth, which is 4.3 million years of age. Multiply 1,000. So this way, when we divide into 14 Manvantara, each Manu gets to rule 72 multiplied by 4.3 million years. And that's the time duration. It's a very, very long time. Very, very long time. And the whole idea of learning all these things is Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and everything is orchestrated for the enjoyment, temporary enjoyment of the living entity, and the pastime of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Swayambhuva Manu's time was 72 solar years, not solar years. 72 multiplied by 4.3 million solar years. Basically, one day of Brahma is divided into 14, and each portion will be 72 Yuga cycles. Now, the question is very important being asked here. The Varahadev, lifted the earth and put it on its own place. They started functioning as it is supposed to do. This earth is a place of residence for human beings, primarily. Human beings get inhabited in this earth. So Swayambhuva Manu and Satyarupa got their place as home because they asked, oh my Lord, oh Father Brahma, where should we reside? What should we do? How can we please you? So Brahma helped Swayambhuva Manu by restoring the earth through Lord Varahadev. So earth has been put in his own place now. Now here it says that the appearance of the Lord as the firstborn incarnation occurred during the time of Swayambhuva Manu, where the present age is in the period of Vaivasvata Manu. Each Manu's period lasts 72 times the cycle of 4 ages. In each Manu's period, there are many changes in many ways, and there are 14 Manus within one day of Brahma. The 14 Manus. It is understood here that Manu creates scriptural regulations for the salvation of the conditioned souls who come to the material world for material enjoyment. So this is the point, is subject matter. This time, according to Bhagavad Gita, we can see, this matter is also, in one way, is eternal. Time is eternal, Sanatana. Living entity is eternal. The Supreme Lord is Sanatana, eternal. And only thing which is not eternal is our activities. The activities of a living entity. So we come to this material world, enjoy, fulfill our desire. As in America, it says that, it is said that, dreamland. But the dreamland is only for some time. No one can enjoy in this material world unlimitedly. No one can enjoy in this material world, whichever the place it may be. When Prabhupada was in Australia, he said that, Australia was flourishing that time, Prabhupada's time. He said that, your country, your bank balance, your all these amenities, everything will be taken away when the death comes. When the death comes. So living entity comes to this material world to enjoy for some time. The Lord is so kind that any soul who wants to enjoy in this material world is given full facility for enjoyment, and at the same time he is shown the path of salvation. This is the 4 Purusarthas it is mentioned, which is dharma. You come and enjoy, you perform, you follow the scriptures. What are the scriptures? And one of them is called Manu Samhita. Swayambhuva Manu has his codes, religious codes. There's so much of propaganda happening against the Manu Samhita. Without rules and regulations, guidelines, human civilization cannot sustain. And one can continue to take birth again and again without liberation. So dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the religious codes has been given by Swayambhuva Manu and many others, is to follow, so that what will happen, we can have economic development. For some time, we can be happy, fulfill our desires, material desires. By economic development, artha, we can fulfill our material desires, which is kama. This is what Ravindra Prabhu mentioned. You fulfill your material desires. Then, what is the point of sticking to these 3 only? Dharma, artha, kama, dharma, artha, kama. One must work for liberation. One must work for liberation. Moksha. What does the liberation means? Liberation means this, as Bhagavad Gita explains, this place is not the place for gentlemen. Yehi sansparsaja bhoga dukha yena evate adi antavanta konte natesu ramate buddha. Then you develop intelligence, saying that, hey, I've been constantly trying to be happy in this material world, but he realizes that he's Buddha, he becomes intelligent. And no, this is not a place for enjoyment. One should not strive, waste his energy for this. There's a story, Lomasa Muni, and many of you must have heard about Lomasa Muni. Lomas Muni, he is called Lomas because he has a lot of hair on his body. Very, very much. And it is a very long life. Very long life he had. And once his disciples, they tried to build a hut for him, so that our guru can live peacefully. And when the Lomas Muni came to know, heard about it, he said that, why are you wasting your time? Time is very short. There is very less time. Human life is very short. You think that's so big. So let's not waste time, chant Hare Krishna in devotional service. Why this example is very important? A person like Lomas Muni, who has a long life, and he says that time is short. And what to speak of people in this age of Kali? Kalen alpahayasu. As the time continues, we become very alpayasu, very short-lived. We all will be very short-lived. And we are short-lived. No one wants to live longer also. But what we need to do is, one is to work on the liberation, without getting distracted. So many distractions comes in this world. So many agendas will come. In ISKCON also we see, we get distracted with so many ways. Locally, internationally, in many other ways. But idea is, Prabhupada says, if you lose your soul, what do you get? If one loses one's soul, what do you get? You may get everything. All these things comes in a subtle way to distract. Maya comes in a subtle way to distract. This movement, that movement, and so many ways. But while participating in such kind of things, we forget the real purpose I came here for. This is very important. Vyavasayatmika buddhi eke kuru nandana. One has to be really focused. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So the Lord is so kind that any soul who wants to enjoy in this material world is given full facility for enjoyment. At the same time, He is shown the path of salvation. Yeah, He has, also gave the facility to come out of it. No one should stay. And that should be the primary goal of a person in human form of life. Because human form of life is very rare, and that form of life one takes birth only in earth. And that's the subject matter. Sonaka Rishi is asking, what did Swayambhava Manu do after the reinstatement of the earth in its orbital situation? Earth is very special, actually, because earth is a place it provides the facility for for austerities, yajna, to perform yajna. Earth is very suitable. Earth is a suitable place. The human body is a suitable body. All the facilities given is very suitable to perform yajna and go back to Godhead. Sometimes people may ask, hey, these all are stories. Why God has to take birth only in India, why Krishna takes birth on in earth. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. Astraddhada anapurusa. Krishna says, the faithless people, they will continue to be dragged to the lower species of life again and again. We have been given this human intelligence, to be focused human life. We have taken birth in the earth. And what is special on earth? That's then I would also ask all of you, why you think the earth is very special? One Sukadeva Goswami mentions that Vrindavanam Sakibhuva Bita Noti Kirtim Yad Devaki Suta Padam Bhoja Labdha Lakshmi Govinda Venu Manu Mata Mayura Nrityam Prekshadri Sanva Bharatanya Samasta Sattvam. Of course, the earth is glorified for many reasons. One can perform astrate in everything. But here it says, "O friend, Vrindavan is spreading the glory of the earth." Vrindavan, what is the specialty about earth is, of course, we can do so many austerities, so many worship sadhana we can do. In human form of life, we get in earth, But more important is, Vrindavan is spreading the glory of the earth. Having obtained the treasure of the lotus feet of Krishna, the son of Devaki. Here Devaki means is actually Yashoda. So earth herself is glorified for many reasons, but most wonderful reason is Vrindavan. The Lord appears on the earth, this earth. Even if you think in that way, don't discriminate, Asia, America, and all this. Just think how glorious this earth is. Lord Krishna personally walked on this earth. And this place is giving me an opportunity to render devotional service to Lord Krishna and realize. Here, Sridhar Swami explains that because activities such as those described in the verse do not occur in any other world, the earth is unique. In fact, the earth's glories are being spread by wonderful Vrindavan because it is the place of Krishna's pastimes. That way, this earth is very much glorified. And we, as a living human being, we got rare birth as human being on the Mother Earth, on auspicious environment, where Lord Krishna himself came in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to propagate the Sankirtana Yajna, which can give the highest and best of benedictions, Krishna Prema, Anarpita, which never given. Freely it is available. What a fortunate soul we are. And if you don't utilize this, we can lose the great opportunity. We can lose the great opportunity. So in summary, earth is a place really not a place for sense gratification, actually. That's why the question was asked by Sonak Rishi, what did Swayambhuva Manu do to show the path of liberation? Persons who were to take birth later on.
Beautiful.
By taking birth, the souls, by taking birth on the earth, they will engage in activities. Those activities can lead to liberation. That's why residents in higher planetary system also, they think, oh, how glorious the earth is. We wish we would have taken birth on earth. Many times, we may ask question, is it really Devatas are asking such kind of questions? Are the really Devatas hankering? It can be. I can tell you some examples. In America also, many people, many devotees, they aspire, when I will go to Vrindavan, when I will live in association of devotees, Kabe Amaharava Sri Vrindavan Dham. There's Lalasama, there's hankering is there in the devotees. Even the born in America. People are hankering to take birth in the land of India. So same way we can understand that, the Devatas who have taken body, they get stuck. They get stuck for so many years. They cannot come out of it. Even though they don't like it after a certain time, okay, it's too much boring. No, they cannot enjoy this material world, but they cannot just come to the earth. Everyone is bound. So they appreciate the earth. They appreciate the human form, which is the rarest opportunity to render devotional service. Take a position of a servant by following the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and all the Manus, Swayambhava Manu, starting from Swayambhava Manu up to Vaivasvata Manu. Everyone, they have set up the example for whole human society so that we can render devotional service and go back to Godhead, spiritual Godhead. So my question is at this time, what glories you think on this Mother Earth? Apart from this, or anyone would like to share something, please. Please share, open up any, why you think this question by Sonakras is very important on the earth.
One thing that comes to mind, Prabhu, is that here on earth we have a combination of both pleasure and pain, joy and suffering. And you think if you're in the heavenly planets and you hear the description, it's only enjoyment. In the hellish planets, it's only pain. So this combination of pain and suffering allows us to contemplate the purpose of life. We enjoy a little bit, but then it's taken away. And every time that we experience some pain, it helps us remember that this is not actually our true home and the place where we should reside. These lessons we may have to learn many times, but this actually is an ideal environment so that we're constantly reminded that this is not where we should invest our energy, because we can't enjoy here, permanently.
Thank you, Prabhu. I assume you're right. People think in America, once you come to America, you will be eternally happy. Because people say, what problem you have? Nothing. So on that subject, we also may be thinking the heavenly planet is full of pleasure. There is no pain. Just as in America, there's unlimited degree of sense gratification is available, and still the pain is still there. So similarly, higher planetary system, they also have a unlimitedly sense gratification is available, but my understanding is the pain is there as well, because devatas feel very much insecure. Constantly, they also feel insecure when the demons might attack and like that. That's my understanding. Nowhere from Brahmaloka to Pataloka, Krishna says, Dukhalayam asasvatam. Pain and pleasure are there, but it's all relative. It's relative pain and pleasure. You want to say something on this? Because Dukhalayam, it says it's all places, including heavenly planet also. Sometimes I was in Florida to visit in a couple of months back, and I see in the beach side, my friend took give me a ride. Oh, big palaces they made it, like millions of dollars of castles they made it like that. When driving, I may think, such a nice joy, happy, how fortunate these people are there. But we don't know what they are going through in this life. I may have forgotten, what is the life in heavenly planet. Of course, we all live there, but I'm thinking that it's too much of, as you mentioned, it's too much of sense gratification. There is no enthusiasm, no facility much for devotional service, because they can come to an obstacle, badha, in one's spiritual life. And so earth is very conducive for, anyone can really practice bhakti actually. Just pluck some flower and give some water, chant Hare Krishna. Anybody can do in earth. Maybe we should visit once to heavenly planet.
You take us, we'll go. You can arrange the bus.
The space
We'll leave from Delaware.
Yeah.
I'm ready too, Prabhu.
That's not a good thing, Mother Vindhyavali.
But that's not permanent place too. There are difficulties there too.
Any other comment? Any other comment from this on this verse? Realizations, how we can be more serious and understanding this, the Lord's arrangement. Generation after generation, and again, we keep coming to this earth, but every time we forget, we get distracted. This lifetime, I don't want to be distracted. Pranath Prabhu say something. Go ahead.
No, please. Pranath Prabhu can speak.
He didn't raise the hand, but you can go ahead. I was just checking. You can go ahead.
Dronacharya Prabhu, please.
So what comes to mind when I hear these verses, especially when they talk about how long, a day of Brahma is, how many, Manus appear in a day of Brahma, and then how long the lives of each Manu is. It's almost unfathomable to think this far out. The mind, these are numbers that the mind can grasp, but it's almost so large, it seems almost infinite. And what comes to mind is that all throughout this, we've been taking birth in different bodies. And we have no idea which bodies we were in. When these pastimes were taking place during Swayam Bhuvamanu, where were we? What bodies did we have? Sometimes we assume we were always in the human body. But, we could have been in dog's body, ant's body, tree body, which planet we were on, which planetary system we were on. We don't know. But here, as we are today, we're sitting here with the great fortune to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and chant Krishna's holy name. And we've been connected to a bona fide Guru Parampara, so close to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his associates, Srila Prabhupada. What great fortune we have that we're here today, after being in this material world for such a long time, and we finally made it to this point. And it reminds me of Srila Prabhupada saying, just give this one life to Krishna that you have. You finally made it to this point. Don't waste it. Just give that life to Krishna. That's what makes me, when I hear these verses about these long periods of duration in the material world.
Thank you. That's
what I'm to think about it.
Yeah, that's really nice. Same thing for me also. There's million opportunities to get distracted and go in different way. I pray that I'll pray that I don't want to get distracted on the and Bhagavatam explains so many incidents. People have taken birth after thousands of years, millions of years. We were there, same as the way we were now existing in the presence of in our mind. but we may not have done the devotional service, of course. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Pranath, you can go ahead if you want to say something, please.
Prabhu, I don't have any major comments, but thank you for this discussion. It's very inspiring. If this one lifetime and this 60, 70, 80 years, 90 years, in that maybe 50, 60 years, if resisting the allurement of this material world on this earthly planet, this lifespan is so difficult, to stay focused on the lotus feet, then imagine the allurements in the heavenly planets. Not easy to not be swayed by all the sense gratification opportunities in that heavenly planets is what I was thinking. And I just remembered that Narada Muni's past life, he was a Gandharva, how he was singing some songs instead of glorifying the Supreme Lord during a yajna, and he was cursed. I'm assuming that birth was on the earthly planet only, and that led to him becoming Narada Muni. So that wonderful opportunity, as you were saying, even the demigods want to come to the earthly planets. So that fastest way of purification and developing pure loving devotion to the Lord is only available on this earthly planet. And then the Lord also made these demigods come with him to the earthly planet for his pastime, saying, I'm coming, you also get ready. So just few points I was just reflecting on when you and Dronacharya Prabhu were discussing this. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna explains in 11th canto to Uddhava. Between mystic perfections also, there are 18 varieties of mystic perfections one can get. Those also can be distractions. So many distractions in this world. It's not very easy. I say, Prabhupada says one has to carefully discharge service.
You also in the beginning were making some, it wasn't clear about Swayambhuva Manu. There was an observation you were emphasizing, Swayambhuva Manu.
It says, I used to pronounce it as Swayambhuva Manu, but it's Swayambhuva Manu.
I was just thinking about that. Is that because, like Vasudev is the son of Swayambhuva Manu, so it's addressed like that? I don't know, I'm speculating.
No, the name itself is because it's translated as a Swayam.
Yeah, Swayambhuva Manu, so.
And it's a Swayambhuva.
There's many Manus, right?
Right. But no, I used to think it's a Swayambhuva, but it's a Swayambhuva.
Yeah, many places Prabhupada is saying Swayambhuva in the translations.
Like this, right?
Yeah, when it is Manu, when he's referring to Manu, he's saying Swayambhuva.
So,
but for example, Brahma is saying just Swayambhuva. This is son of Brahma, who is this Manu.
This is Swa, right?
Yeah, okay. Because he's referring to Manu, who is the son of Swayambhuva. So I'm guessing he's saying Swayambhuva.
Oh, you are saying like it's Swayambhuva, but actually when it's called Swayambhuva, okay.
Yeah, like, you say.
But here if you see, it's not like that. Vaivasvata.
Yeah, Swayambhuva is Brahma, right? Like Vasudev's son is Vasudev.
It's not.
Yeah, Brahma's son is Manu.
About the spelling. He's talking about the spelling.
No, I think I get
Swayambhuva, Swayambhuva.
What is referring to is referring to Swayambhu as a Swayambhu as a Brahma. You're referring to Swayambhu as a Brahma, right?
Yeah, this is here is son of Brahma here who is talking. Swayambhuva Manu. Right? This Manu is son of Brahma.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's mentioned because of that name.
Ah,
Maybe you're right. Yeah. Vasudev and Vasudev.
yeah. Wherever, I mean, 3-4 instances, wherever he is referring to Manu as Brahma's son, he is saying Swayambhuva Manu. That's how Prabhupada is
So
in
now,
several.
right.
Yeah.
So the
Not,
name, the name must be Swayambhuva then. All right, thank you. Swayambhuva. We'll stop it here. Anything else? Anyone has more? Everyone have a auspicious Ekadasi. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarvyascha kripasindhubhyascha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमः।
नमः।
Srimad Bhagavatam